Broadcasts of HIKI No are made possible by the support of viewers like you. Mahalo. And by Bank of Hawaii Foundation, investing in Hawaii's future by promoting collaboration, critical thinking, and other 21st century skills through HIKI No. Kamehameha Schools, empowering Hawaiian keiki to explore, discover, and inspire. ABC Stores, a local company helping to transform education and develop Hawaii's workforce through bold learning initiatives like HIKI No.
Next on HIKI No, stories from across our island chain.
It's very refreshing and very positive to see children. I learned that there's hope.
See how teens bond with senior citizens in ways that bridge the generation gap.
Meet a married couple that wanted to start a family and turned to adoption to find its bundle of joy.
Get into the head of a judo instructor who teaches young people how to give back.
Find out how a local sculptor used invasive tree branches to make a point.
Meet a nun who uses music to teach valuable life lessons.
And get to know a young violinist through his video self-portrait.
Stay tuned for these stories and get to know the HIKI No teachers at the schools represented in this show.
On this episode of HIKI No.
Can do.
We are here on the campus of President William McKinley High School in Honolulu. Our video production teacher and HIKI No advisor is Miss Mara Kaizawa. She has been teaching video production for over 6 years. Although her love for chocolate is immense, her enthusiasm for teaching is undeniable. The following story by students at McKinley High School in Honolulu centers around the Lokahi Project. Their goal is to create connections with senior citizens and make them feel welcomed, included, and important in today's society.
They bring sunshine, they bring laughter and life.
Hawaii's aging population is the fastest growing age group in Hawaii. Loneliness and social isolation is the silent epidemic of the aging population. To combat this, students at McKinley High School created the Lokahi Project, which includes an annual senior citizen prom, a wish-granting initiative, and weekly senior home visits to Kulana Hale Senior Living Apartments.
I've been in the Lokahi Project for less than a year. I decided to join the Lokahi Project after I had a great time at last year's senior citizen prom, and we get to bridge together the age gaps between our generation and their generation.
It has given me relationships with different younger children because the generational thinking now is very different from when I was young.
At the weekly visits, the students do various activities with the senior citizens, such as arts and crafts, baking, and karaoke, to name a few.
The visits are so important because most of these seniors that we visit are often alone or don't have much family that come by.
Well, I keep myself busy. I paint, I do crafts and stuff, and I cook, you know. But a lot of the seniors can't see. They have arthritis in their hands. What it has done is drawn people out of their apartments that would normally not be out of their apartments. It's happiness because we're not lonely, you know, we get to interact.
The Lokahi Project has created lasting impacts with both the seniors and students.
It's a jovial relationship. And I really can relate to Regina. She's just like me. She's talkative, active, cannot sit still. So we're very much alike. Oh, I've gotten to know her, and I've kind of given her some little grandmothering advice.
The way I see Faye is kind of similar to the way I see my friends at school, because we can literally talk about anything. And the fact that she's older and I'm younger, it helps bring our two different perspectives together.
It's very refreshing and very positive to see children. I learned that there's hope. for the future.
This is Mayal Bautista from President William McKinley High School for HIKI No.
HIKI No is on Instagram. For show updates and a peek behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram at HIKI No Can Do.
We're here on the campus of Maui Waena Intermediate School here in Kahului. Our media teacher and HIKI No advisor is Mrs. Jennifer Suzuki. She has been a teacher here at Maui Waena Intermediate School for 20 years and still has the same passion as she did when she started teaching. Every day, she pushes us past our limits because she could see our potential. And because of this, she strives to make the classroom student-driven. Being in a classroom where we can learn and be taught by our peers makes our club special. The following story by students at Maui Waena Intermediate School in Kahului is about the difficult road Mr. Fusato, a teacher here at Maui Waena, and his wife had to travel on their journey to parenthood.
Robert and Michelle Fusato dreamed of having a big family.
My wife Michelle and I, we were wanting to have children for the longest time. Even before we got married, we had actually, when we were dating, we'd been talking about having a family, and our goal was to have kind of a big family. That was something we'd talked about. We joked about it, like we'd have a volleyball team and we'd have 7 children.
But reality got in the way. In 2014 and 2015, they miscarried 2 children. Aka-chan died before her first ultrasound, and Elizabeth passed at 20 weeks, both due to unknown heart problems.
We tried to have a child again. Michelle got pregnant, and with Matthew, he was doing really well for a while. And so we got his room already. We made it all nice. My sister-in-law came in. My dad came in, and they all helped get the room ready. It was the week of the baby shower, actually. And so we went to do the checkup, and then the doctor came back and checked, and then informed us that Matthew's heart had also stopped.
It also caused us to really question like our wanting to become parents and how are we going to go about this. Do we want to go straight to adoption? Because adoption had been something we talked about.
Matthew's passing prompted the Fusatos to seek other ways to complete their family. They fostered 2 children with the intent to adopt, but both were reunited with their birth families. Still, the Fusatos never gave up hope. And in July 2018,
we got an email from friends of friends who know an adoption attorney on Oʻahu, and who had reached out to people that they know to see if anybody would be interested in adopting who is now our son, Joshua.
We've adopted Joshua, but I never think that's my adopted son. I just think that's my son. We love him. Man, he's so much fun to just play with.
I have the best. You can go right here.
And we love interacting with him and seeing him just discover the world, and that's spooky in some ways, but exciting. I'm looking forward to his next steps, and every few weeks is his next step.
The Fusatos cherish every moment they have with Joshua, but they will never forget the children they loved and lost.
Like it's been a hard road to adopting this noisy bundle of joy. We would definitely not have chosen this road towards parenthood. I mean, it would have been great if our other 3 children had one more younger brother here, but no. But we're content. We're very happy with how God's blessed us. We're very happy with this little growing bundle of joy. Yeah, poitais.
This is Jasmine Valoria from Maui Waena Intermediate School for HIKI No.
We're here on the campus of WAI'ANAE Intermediate School in West Oʻahu. Our media teacher and HIKI No advisor is Mrs. Luann Higuchi. She has been a teacher here at WAI'ANAE Intermediate School for 24 years and has a passion for travel. Mrs. Higuchi has traveled to 30 states and 7 European countries. Her dream vacation is to go to Japan. The following story by students at WAI'ANAE Intermediate School in West Oʻahu is about a judo sensei who grew up in the sport of judo.
One of my proudest accomplishments was winning the collegiate nationals to go on to the World University Games in judo at San Jose State University. I first started judo when I was 7 years old. My dad told me to do judo at this club, Leeward Judo Club, so that is why I got started.
Judo instructor Matthew Ogata has been doing judo for 21 years and got his start at Leeward Judo Club, which is in Pearl City on the island of Oʻahu.
I like judo because judo has done so much for me. The sense of ongaishi.
In Hawaiian, it's kuleana. In Japanese, it translates to ongaishi.
It means to give back. And to give back means to serve others, to serve the next generation, to help people with a servant's heart.
Giving back has always meant something to Matt. That's why he went back to Leeward Judo Club to teach future judoka.
The senseis, the teachers before me, have given me so much. They took a lot of their time to teach me judo, so now I think it's my turn for the next generation to pass it down and also help the next generation in using that term ongaishi.
You know what you want to teach? I first met Matt when I was about 13 years old. He started training me for our first competition, or a big competition that we did, junior national competition here in Hawaii. He's one of the reasons why I was able to continue through judo without being so afraid of it. He kind of showed me a different way to look at how judo is played.
Matt wouldn't have gotten his skills in teaching if it wasn't for his own mentor, 1988 Olympic silver medalist Kevin Asano.
He has been my mentor since I started judo from 7 years old, and he's been with me, every step of my life and has helped me so much in ways that I can never be more grateful for and appreciate.
As an instructor, he's very careful to want to make sure that the kids rise to a level of excellence, and so he pushes them to give their best.
The torch of leading Leeward Judo Club has been passed down from one generation to the next.
And now I see the next generation, Matt, continuing on, and that makes me very proud and happy.
I really appreciate Leeward Judo Club and our head sensei, Kevin Asano, for all he's done, because he is the example of what true ongaishi means by really supporting other people outside of his family and also making it into a kuleana as well.
This is Denise Cabrera from WAI'ANAE Intermediate School for HIKI No.
And now, a public service announcement from Kealakehe Intermediate School on Hawaii Island.
It happens to girls like me.
Like me.
Like me. From the age of 12 and even younger.
It happened to girls like me. Get educated on this issue.
Verify the signs and report any suspicions.
Let's raise awareness, stop the trafficking. Keep these smiles on our faces and stop the traffic.
We take you now to the Kalihi district of Oʻahu, where students at Kalakaua Middle School tell the story of a local artist's unique use of invasive tree branches.
In the middle of busy downtown Honolulu, the Foster Botanical Garden provides residents a refreshing change from the city's chaos. In this garden, you'll find a variety of tropical plants. But walk further down and you will discover an artist who uses his gift of creativity to weave a canoe using branches from two of Hawaii's invasive trees. Leland Miano is an artist and landscape designer. His expertise in nature gave him the idea to use strawberry guava and inkberry branches for the canoe. With this project, he participated in the 2019 Honolulu Biennial. He was awarded the top honor of the biennial, which was the Golden Hibiscus Award, earning $10,000 in cash. Miano's exhibit is now located inside Foster Botanical Garden for everyone to see. His project is a prime example of how we can make good use of our harmful resources while also taking responsibility for our environment.
So we harvested about 20 tons of strawberry guavas and inkberries out of Ho'omalahia Park in Kaneohe, and we hauled it over in 2 big trucks and about 6 smaller truckloads, and then we had to build a superstructure, which is a framing for the basic structure of the canoe. So it made the 2 hulls and the deck, and then started weaving the branches in and out, sort of like a wickerwork fence, and 1 stick at a time, and kept working until it looked like a canoe.
Since the year of 1825, strawberry guava trees have been widespread, invading hundreds of thousands of native forests in Hawaii. They grow aggressively, forming impenetrable thickets that crowd out our native plants. The strawberry guava is one of the most invasive of several plant species, destroying the habitats of native birds and insects. Although not as problematic as the strawberry guava, the artesia or inkberry is another invasive tree in Hawaii. As residents of Hawaii, part of our kuleana is to protect our environment and native species. Leland Miano's project introduces a new way of helping the community understand how to interact with and take care of nature. He would not have completed this canoe without the help of volunteers ranging from young children to experienced adults.
The name of the canoe is Maka'ikai. Maka'ikai takes you to a blending of the guardianship and the voyaging that we're doing together. It's a voyage that's in place. This canoe is not actually meant to move on the ocean, but it is meant to move people's hearts and minds toward a common goal, and that goal is increased awareness of our environment and increased roles in each and every one of us to protect it. So that's what wove into this name, Maka'ikai, the combination of makai rather, and ka'ikai.
The canoe is symbolic for a community of people coming together in order to do something that shows love and respect for their environment. Regardless of your age or status, you have the ability to make a big difference in your surroundings, even if it is just a small one. This is Marielle Tadena from King David Kalakaua Middle School for HIKI No.
And now, we tap into the HIKI No archives for a completely different approach to turning an invasive tree into a canoe from the students at Lokahi Public Charter School on Oʻahu.
Karaoke hulai noana I kaina. O karaoke na lua lea kua.
In the 14th century, ruling chief Kalonui Oʻahu predicted that trees from other lands would flourish, while native trees would become extinct.
Between 1910 and 1960, the Hawaii Division of Forestry outplanted over 130,000 albizia trees as part of their effort to reforest a lot of the areas that had been denuded by past poor conservation practices. It is actually a fairly invasive tree because it produces lots of pods which germinate, the seeds germinate really fast, and then the plant grows really fast. It grows up to like 15 feet a year, and it produces a wide, broad canopy that shades out all other species and prevents them from growing.
The canopy of a single albizia tree can shade over half an acre of land. Kokua Kalihi Valley's Ho'oulu Aina, an organization of land stewards, is taking a positive approach to reverse the negative impact these invasive monsters have on our fragile koa and ohia forests. In Kalihi, albizia is being used to perpetuate a cultural tradition.
I mean, to see a tree that I may have helped cut down to then be transformed into a canoe, something that represents our culture and our people and our tradition and represents how we came to be in Hawaii. And then now for our youth to be able to use that and to ride on that log that was once growing in this forest, I think is beautiful and amazing.
85% of what we've done has all been with hand tools, mostly the ko'i or the adze. Albizia is soft, generally, pretty soft and easy to carve, and so it becomes a really nice wood for beginners as well as experts.
It's a way to use those problematic tree and then to turn it into something beautiful like a canoe. So that right there that's just the sustainability at its finest.
This is Chazri Edwards coming to you from Lokahi Public Charter School in Kalihi for HIKI No.
We're here on the campus of Chiefess Kamakahelei Middle School on the island of Kauai.
Our media teacher and HIKI advisor is Mr. Kevin Matsunaga. He's been a teacher here at Chiefess Kamakahelei Middle School for 19 years. He started the CKTV Media Productions class when the school first opened in 2000, and since then, his students have won many state and national awards. He's a self-proclaimed shave ice connoisseur, and in his spare time, he enjoys tasting the different kinds of shave ice from around the state. He has yet to find anything better than what's here on Kauai. The following story is by students at Chiefess Kamakahelei Middle School on the island of Kauai.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Gather the people, enter the feast.
Sister Gina Sanapilo loves teaching through song. Every weekend, she leads the children's choir at the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church in Lihue. She founded the choir as a way to share the power of music and the lessons behind it.
So for me, music is a really very powerful tool also in teaching people about the values of life, the values of the kingdom, and then also the values of learning. Yeah, in learning there are really values. The values of humility, the values of friendship, the values of freedom, and the values of community living, a value of just loving people whoever they are.
Sister Gina grew up in the Philippines and was inspired to teach at a young age.
So before I graduated college, I already know what I want in life, to become a missionary and to teach the children who cannot go like to the Catholic school. I have this vivid experience when I was a kid of a teacher who was so impatient with kids. And because he was so impatient, he would always scold kids, and kids would stay away from her. So when I was second grade at that time, and I said to myself, I want to be a really very patient teacher so that my students will learn to love school and would learn more because they enjoy the teacher and the teacher is very patient to them.
Sister Gina loves children and is constantly inspired by them.
I always like their simplicity. I always like their humility. And you know, children, even if they have simple thoughts, they teach us so much as adults. They teach us also values of patience and love.
Sister Gina expresses her emotions through singing and hopes her students are inspired to do the same.
I really love music. When I'm sad, I sing. When I'm happy, I sing. When I want to talk to my God, I sing. And it makes difference because they can relate. You know, it's the melody, it's the lesson of the song that is speaking to the person, not only to their brains, but most of all to their hearts.
This is Haley Arakaki from Chiefess Kamakahelei Middle School for HIKI Now.
We're here on the campus of H.P. Baldwin High School on the island of Maui. Our media teacher and HIKI Now advisor is Mrs. Trisha Roy. Mrs. Roy first started teaching elementary and middle school in Japan for 4 years as a part of the JET program. Later, Mrs. Roy became an English teacher at Baldwin when she returned to Maui. With her wide and diverse background, Mrs. Roy continues to go above and beyond to not only educate, but to inspire her students on a daily basis. The following story from H.P. Baldwin High School on Maui is about Mrs. Roy's very own student, Darius Suhu, and his lifelong experience and relationship with music.
Time, 1:30. There's a blue house halfway down Akula Street. Only one light is on, illuminating the room of a senior in high school as he practices violin, neglecting his unfinished homework. As long as I can remember, music has been a part of my life. At age 5, my parents started me on piano, then at 7, I chose to start violin. It has given me opportunities to travel the world and experience copious events that teach me invaluable life lessons like persistence and determination. Yet I don't thank my talent, skills, or abilities. I thank my parents. They are my inspiration, the definition of hardworking, and who I aspire to resemble. Ever since December 28, 2000, they have shown me unremitting love and have provided me with the resources I need to succeed. I wonder what my future looks like. Will I turn out just like my parents? Will I do the same thing to irritate my kids that they do to irritate me? What will I look like when I'm old? Honestly, hopefully not too attractive, because an attractive 80-year-old is a little weird. Will I be successful? Will I go viral? I don't dream to be rich, nor do I dream to be famous. My biggest goal in life is to be happy, much of which music provides. Following me wherever I go, it's an outlet for my emotions, a window looking into a world created by my design. From in my car with friends, screaming the lyrics to our favorite songs, singing to anyone who'll listen, to the airplane, listening to pieces and preparing for my next rehearsal, to the beach, as I relax and even out my tan, music is always by my side. Even at 1:30 at night, when my procrastination has resulted in no homework done, I'm playing music, fueling emotions, following inspirations, fulfilling dreams. Creating a life worth living.
Well, we've come to the end of this episode of HIKI no.
Remember, all of these stories were written, shot, and edited by students like us.
We hope you've enjoyed watching them as much as we've enjoyed sharing them with you.
Be sure to tune in next week for more proof that Hawaii students HIKI no
Can do.
Broadcasts of HIKI no are made possible by the support of viewers like you. Mahalo. And by Bank of Hawaii Foundation, investing in Hawaii's future by promoting collaboration, critical thinking, and other 21st century skills through HIKI no. Kamehameha Schools, empowering Hawaiian keiki to explore, discover, and inspire. ABC Stores, a local company helping to transform education and develop Hawaii's workforce through bold learning initiatives like HIKI no.